Hello, beautiful ones. How are you doing? Welcome to Paston TV. I am Eda Gift, your host and entertainer, and today I'm going to be speaking about a heartfelt topic, something that relates and cuts across a lot of us women. Okay, I believe that we all heard the news of our late gospel artist Osinachi Nwanchukwu'S who just passed away. Like seriously, it came as a shocking news to me. I couldn't believe my ears. And what was the cause of her death? Initially, people were thinking she died as a result of cancer of the throat. And after which, some days later, we heard that it wasn't true. And what was really the cause of her death? She was beaten to death by her husband. Okay, the cause of her death literally was violence in marriage. And this, I'm going to use this topic as just to tell us women to know who we are, to know our worth. Marriage actually doesn't define you. This lady is a gift to the world. She was part of a lead singer in the song Ekweme, and that song literally touched all our lives. We're all blessed by that song. And so unfortunate that she went out of this world not completing her mission due to a violent husband. This is really disheartening. If you're listening to me right now and you are in a situation of violence, whether in marriage or in relationship, don't die in silence. Let us speak out. Let us speak out, please. Don't die in silence. And I heard because she's a very committed leader or committed worker in the church, she reportedly spoke to some ministers about this case, and their advice to her was that she should remain in the marriage and just work things out. Now, how in God's name are you going to work things out with a man who is violent on you? How are you going to work things out with that kind of person? First of all, that person is a beast. Any man who lays his hand on a woman is a beast. He's not a human being. Seriously? And she was advised to manage the marriage, manage the home. And if care is not taken, the children must have even seen this. Now, is this the kind of message? Is it the kind of legacy that we're supposed to be passing on to our children? Is this the kind of marriage example as a Christian, as a child of God? Now, let's even put aside the Christianity. Is this right in any case, in any way, that a human being, for crying out loud, should be living in such pain, in such environment, very toxic to her spirit, to her soul, physically being abused by anyone, not even just in a marriage? Sometimes the men are even the victims, not just physically abusive, like abusive relationship, even emotionally. People are dying every day because of these things, and they are unspoken. Let us not use Christianity to cover up the truth. Like, how will you tell a lady to endure such life? Like, come on. I wouldn't even support that. If it were my sister or my brother, I wouldn't support that. So in the first place, she died um out of the so-called, what will people say? The stigma of what will people say? As a Christian, you're coming out of a broken marriage. What will people say? I would rather tell them that it is better for me to come out unhurt, unharmed, than remain there in silence. Wow, we lost such a great gift due to another act of violence. And we are not going to sit down and watch this go away. We need justice on this lady. We need justice on her. That husband, or whatever he calls himself, should not go unpunished. Because even heaven will not accept that. Yes, she's in the Lord's bosom. Yes, she's resting in peace. No amount of prayer, no amount of justice we do now can bring her back. But please, let us learn from this. If you are in such a situation, do not be silent. Do not be silent about the things that eat you up. And even she spoke out to the world. Yes, use social media. Someone could have heard her and, given her the right counsel. But she was just hiding it, managing it, packaging it, all in the name of what will people say as a minister of God. Can you imagine that? Please let this not be heard amongst us. I will not advise any woman to remain in a violent marriage. I have heard of such cases and my ears are filled up. So please, either you speak out, you cry out to valuable help, like people who will tell you what to do. Like, do not remain in a toxic marriage. Do not remain in a toxic relationship. If you are there, just start planning how to escape. Go to safety. Even before you think about your children, because you are the victim. Except your children are also victims. Then you find out a way to take them out of that environment. But otherwise, you should go out of there first. Save yourself, okay? And later on, we can speak about marriage or no marriage. Let this be a lesson to a lot of women out there, and men too, who have been enduring marriage all in the name of. Who told you that you cannot be unmarried, even divorced, or single and not be happy? Now, where is this thought coming from that I must save my marriage? No. If it's a toxic one, save yourself first. There is no need saying I must save my marriage. First of all, it's not good for your health. It's not good for anyone. It's not good for your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health. It's not good. I'm this kind of person that I always like my space. Like, even if we're in a relationship, you must respect my space. Not to talk of when I'm now living under the same roof with you, and then you're even adding to the headache. Like, I would literally just run out. Like, I can't imagine being in such a space. Like, how would I even breathe? How would I breathe? Like, seriously? When I heard this news, I was so broken. I said, oh God, why would such a thing happen? Not again. Recently, we've been losing a lot of, God's general, a lot of men of God who came and impacted lives. We're hearing of news of death. And I know that the end time is near. I know that these things are signs of the end time. But some of these deaths could have been prevented. Like the cases of a pastor who was on ministering ground for almost 3 days, and you need rest, and all in the sake of you must meet out the man. You before you existed, the gospel has been there. Okay, so you are not the first person who is taking this gospel to the world. Now everything should be done in wisdom. In wisdom, the Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. In all you're getting, get wisdom. Now, yours may not even be a physical abuse. Yours may not be a physical abuse, emotional abuse. And this person I was just recently talking to you about is a man of God. And instead of him to go and rest, he kept on going on and on and on and on in the crusade till his body, could not take it anymore. And he burnt out. That led to his death, okay? So that one could have been prevented, just like this sister's case. It could have been prevented. Those who heard her sisters, her family, who knew what was going on, why did they keep quiet? Why? Why let her remain in such toxicity? I just can't imagine it. So please let us speak out. If you are in this situation, nobody, not even your pastor, not even your spiritual head, should tell you to remain there. Nobody should be advised to stay in a toxic relationship. Nobody. Okay? Because your life is important. Okay? Your life is important. I love you all. I say, rest in peace, my beloved sister. Rest in peace, God's general. Rest in peace. We'll continue to love you. We'll continue to pray for you. Pray for your children. And pray that justice be met accordingly to that man. Okay? I love you. Bye for now. Peace.